Alright, hello again ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wynn in Magical Diary Wolf Hall. In the last episode, we had a lot of trouble with an exam. We initially thought that we could not, well, I won't put the blame on you guys, I thought that we couldn't get through it, based on the amount of spells that we had. But it turns out that just with the inspection spell, you can find your way. It's a good thing we had a lot of mana because of our smarts, thanks to the fancy wand that we brought using our allowance. My nose, as you could probably hear, you might be able to hear, is still clogging up like a well-used pipe. But we'll try to live with it here. I might have to. I'll actually mute myself right now to blow my nose, but it might happen a few more times, so I apologize. Alright. So, on Saturday morning, we get the usual things, nothing comes for us. Donald is standing about in the hall, apparently waiting for something. Hey, on your way to detention again? No, for some reason they're doing it on Sunday this week. So what are you going to do today then? Hang out at the mall with everyone else? But then people will think I'm ordinary. Nah, got plans. When Luke manages to find his other pants anyway. Well, what should my plans for the day be? Study. Failure? Without Minnie and her study club, the ebb and flow of the people in the room is different. Most students seat themselves at tables and stay there, or pick up a book to check out and swiftly exit. My eyes unfocus as I stare into space, thinking of home. Oh, that's odd. I see Angela at the front desk, handing a book to Miss Darden to be checked out, but I didn't see her at the bookshelves looking at books. It's not a large library, it's just one room. Most of the bookshelves are no taller than my chest, there's nowhere for anyone to hide. And yet, I'm sure Angela wasn't there before. Even if I wasn't paying attention, I should have noticed her. She's a very noticeable person. But I really wasn't paying attention, and it's not like Angela just appeared out of nowhere. I simply didn't notice her earlier. Even if she had appeared out of thin air, that wouldn't be suspicious. She's a witch, she could teleport herself in if she wanted to. I must be very bored to imagine a mystery here. Alright, we are starting a new week here. Early on Monday, all the freshmen are called together. Good morning, buttercups. The Thanksgiving break period begins this week on class after Tuesday. On Tuesday. Classes resume on Monday, the 2nd of December. If you're staying through the break, the library will be open and the meals will be served at regular times. We will have a feast together on Thursday and some optional activities on Friday and Saturday. For those who are leaving, if you need to leave early and miss class tomorrow, please speak to me after assembly. Now there is one more thing. For those of you who are Wild Seed, if you are leaving, this will be your first time away from the comfort and protection of Iris Academy. You are witches and wizards, and the people around you out there are not. You must not discuss or display magic in front of anyone who is not one of us. Not your old friends, not your families, no one. If you betray our trust, you will not be allowed to return. And we would miss you. I'm surprised at the disturbed expressions I see around me. Didn't they understand that? We can't have wizards going around telling everyone about magic. Especially not in America, not after the Aquarian disaster. Now, I'm sure you have a busy week ahead of you, so I'll let you get on with your schedules. Cool. Black magic or blue or green magic? We'll do green magic. Since we have the charm, we might get +3 bonus. for instance, right there. Oh. Professor Potsdam steps in front of the class looking solemn. When it comes to conflict in the natural world, not all opponents seem fairly matched. How many of your friends are much larger than wasps, but still frightened of them? How does the little scorpion defeat predators many times its size? Speed, guile, and poison. The spell of poison requires knowledge of both black and green magic in order to create a dangerous substance inside a living body. This is not a single attack. A target who has been poisoned will continue to suffer pain over and over again. There may be great harm, but it takes time for poison to work to its full effect, time in which an opponent might strike back. How does the wasp avoid being swatted? It flies away. It is of course best to use your own cleverness to avoid danger. Raising the stakes to pain puts you at risk. But if you must use violence to achieve your ends, and you do not have the strength to defeat your opponent in one blow, strike and run. Cool, we got poison. Alters substances within a living body, causing ongoing damage and pain. Does 30 total points of damage, spread out over 6 to 10 turns. Cool, so it seemed pretty random. If I might have your attention, please. Take hold of each other's hands and close your eyes. We give thanks to the parents who created us and the friends who helped us grow. To the earth which nurtures us, and the other worlds which inspire us. For what we have been given and for what we have to give. For those who have taken us in when we were in need. For forgiveness and for the hope of renewal. May our tributes bring joy, and may no call go unanswered this Thanksgiving season. So may it be. We echo her final words, and then our hands slip away from each other as we look back into the light. Have a very happy holiday. And as she dismisses us, a hubbub rises. Students eager to share the holiday plans, or just get out of here and meet up with their families again. It doesn't affect me, I'll be on campus all week. I head back towards my room to get out of the way of the stampede. Someone is knocking on my door. Why is someone knocking on my door? Isn't almost everyone supposed to have gone home? Well, I better have a look. Oh. Mr. Wynn, please come with me. Yes, sir. He leads the way into his suite of rooms. Inside, a table has been prepared with 2 plates of eggs, Florentine, and asparagus. Tea or fruit juice. You brought me here for breakfast? You object? Not exactly. Then eat. It would be ungracious to refuse, so I take a seat. Grabbanus seems, if not exactly amiable, at least a bit more relaxed than usual. Having no classes to teach must take the pressure off him a bit. How are your studies progressing? Why don't you tell me? You're the teacher. Evaluate me. Very well. Your performance has been unremarkable. I suppose I asked for that. And yourself? Pray tell me, what is your expert opinion of this establishment? I like it here. I've met a lot of new people and had a lot of fun. Things are going well. We return our attention to the food. After a few minutes, he clears his throat. You are a young man, far from home. Are you interacting well with your classmates? Are they friendly? Yeah, I would say so. Is there anyone that you're particularly close to? Wait, are you asking if I'm dating anyone? I can't believe that the legendary Professor Grabner is fishing for romantic gossip. I would prefer not to. However, in these circumstances I am commanded to have responsibility for you. It is therefore my business. I don't see why. Take a date to the malt shop, or whatever it is they do these days. Take several if you wish, that is no concern of mine. However, as I am unfortunately in loco parentis, I must remind you of the risks of growing too attached. You are the heir to the mantle of the woods. You must return to your entailed territory. If you involve yourself too seriously with anyone, you will face a painful disruption at the end of the year. What would you do? Admit that you had been lying to them all along? Disappear, never to be seen again? Would you try to convince your partner to travel to your home with you? You know that you cannot remain in this country. It doesn't matter. I'm not involved with anyone. Not like that. I might be interested in someone, but I can't say I'm dating anyone. Something to keep in mind for the future then. Not exactly something I want to keep in my mind, but all I can do for now is nod and focus on the food in front of me. When my meal is completed, I sit down with a fork with a sigh. I sat down, sorry. If you're wondering why some of these dialogues are taking a little bit longer to read, I am muting myself and having to blow my nose afterwards. This will probably be my last recording session of the day, but I am devoted to giving you guys this content, because I'm devoted to experiencing the content as well. Was it not to your liking? The food was fine, but did we have to do this now? It was the first opportunity that I had to dine with you privately without arousing suspicion. I'm on holiday, and so are you. Class is out. Couldn't we have just had a day? Why do you need the first opportunity? Because your parents demanded it. Do you think you are here because I want you here? Certainly not because I want to be here. We glare at each other for a moment and then his gaze drops. Let us continue. Oops, that's not the right button. You'll be expected to return home over the winter break, which begins after class on December 20th. If there are any activities or sights you wish to see in the country, you should send a proposal to your parents. Otherwise, you are to report to me in the evening and I will teleport us to the nearest waypoint. Your escort will cross the spiral gate and meet you there. I just imagined, in this world this has established the presence of waypoints. So, travel for witches and wizards must not be as problematic. Still requires an effort, some sort of magical arrangement in order to travel. But it's a waypoint, right? You can travel along it. Oh, I guess because of the high roads, right? They need some kind of protection to allow them to go along the high roads. So that probably takes a while to set up. So it's not quite as free as simple teleportation. But it could be what is it? It's like I'd say it's equivalent to an airplane. Just not on the air and requires a lot more walking and requires a bit more setup. Probably takes the same amount of planning as getting an airplane at least. Of course, you must not tell anyone that I am travelling through the other world. I know! Because then they'd want to know why and how. And then there would be questions about my family and so on and so on. Many foolish choices are made by those who should know better. Are we done? No, not yet. As I mentioned, you'll be returning to your homeland for the end of the calendar year. It would therefore be easy to arrange for you to remain there if you do not wish to continue. Well, of course I wish to continue. I chose to come here, to spend a year in America. Why would I give it up now? I am not telling you to leave. I am giving you the option if you wish it. If you are tired of this. I shake my head. His breath hums dismissively through his nose. Man, I wish I could do that right now. If there's anything else you wish to discuss, any difficulties you are having. Or would you care? You don't want me here. I am trying to provide adult supervision. Well, I didn't ask for it. He stands, jarring the table with a clatter. If you cannot be civil, then you are invited to leave. Good. I don't want to be here anyway. Your immaturity will not impress. Quape! Throwing up my hands, I walk out of the room. As the distance grows between us, I struggle to control my breathing. It's mostly a wasted effort, with so few people left in school. And even if someone did see me walking away from Grabinett in a foul temper, they would not think that was noteworthy. But this is for me. I don't like feeling this way. I don't want to think about my home, my family, my responsibility, my future. I don't even want to think about school. I want to be free for a while. I want to enjoy being Charles Wynn, even if he doesn't really exist. I set out onto the grounds. Grabinett can't tell me what to do if he can't find me. The wind is brisk, but not quite freezing. My robes are enough to keep me warm, for now. But the wind is wrong. Even the sound of it is wrong. The wind doesn't sound like my wind, The trees don't move like my trees. Everything is foreign. Isn't that what I want? What do I want? Why can't I be happy? Why won't they let me be happy? Why won't I let myself be happy? Why am I here? Ugh. Instinctively I reach out. I'm not thinking about spells or chromatics, or careful classroom constructs. My mind is torn between real and unreal, between home and away, and the magic that answers my call is wild. I can feel it surrounding me, but it's not mine. It's not controlled and not safe. Not here. These are not my woods. Ugh, I shove the power away from me, back out there where it belongs. Huh? The sudden conviction that someone is watching me is so intense, I spin in place, fully expecting to find Potsdam standing there, smiling oh so mysteriously. But there's nothing there. I invoke spirit sense to be sure, and get a faint sense of something over my head. Remembering Barbara, I look up into the branches of the trees, but the wind shifts the leaves, and the shaft of sunlight hits me in the face and dazzles my vision. For a moment I thought I saw a flash of bright red hair. There's nothing there now. It must have been a bird that flew away. I've worked myself too much, haven't I? I'm going to take a nice long walk and relax. Someone is knocking on my door. If Grabner thinks I'm going to follow him around like a puppy... No, I'm just not going to answer it. It's a holiday and I'm not moving. The knock repeats. He's keeping his temper at least, not banging down the door, but I'm still not answering. Charles dear, wakey wakey. What? Good morning, gobbler. What? I know you're keen to learn about the American traditions, so you better get up and get over to the gym for the parade. No, we're having a parade? Oh no, we're only watching. Everyone does. The kitchen won't be serving meals until the feast this afternoon, but there will be some snacks on hand. Now, you better get moving, if you don't want to miss the beginning. I suppose this is how it works. On Thanksgiving Day in America, the businesses of New York City hold the world's largest parade. There are marching bands, cheerleaders, actors, singers, enormous balloons, huge decorated floats. It goes on for hours. Families line the city streets and hotel balconies to get a look, but most of the country watches the television broadcast from home. Here at Iris Academy, we can go a step better. A complex illusion transforms the gym stage into an enormous picture window looking out on the streets of New York, as if we were right there among the crowd. It's only an image and not a portal. They can't hear us, and any popcorn thrown at the view remains in the gym. That means everyone feels free to scream approval when the high-kick dancers wearing suit jackets and stockings do the routine. There aren't that many of us here, but it seems that Potsdam has rounded up most or all of the remaining students in the name of tradition. Any stragglers will probably show themselves at the feast. Blaze is the first person I see that I actually know, so I end up sitting with her and listening to her jokes, along with the official commentary. After the parade in the early afternoon, the feast is served. An enormous roasted bird takes central prominence, seated proudly on a silver platter and surrounded by fruits and greens. But there are many more dishes to choose from, especially vegetables and pies. To make it easier to accommodate the group, the food is set up on a table like a buffet. We all circle around it and make our selection before moving on to another table to sit. Everyone is present, even Graminer, although he won't meet my eyes. At the last minute, when I've already taken my seat, Damien slips into the room and heads for the food. I didn't even know he was still at school. Now, while we're here, let's all share something we're thankful for. I am thankful for the warmth of your company and the peace of this academy. Isabella, I'm thankful for a comfortable roost and another grand parade. Trinity, I'm thankful for the continued health of my family. Hieronymus, I am thankful that we have not yet had to expel any freshmen this year. That is something to be thankful for. I'm thankful for rabbits. Oh, Blaze. Focus moves around the table. A South Asian man in Toad Hall robes turns his nose up classically turns up his classically beautiful nose and refuses to speak, but Potsdam seems to expect that and moves on. Then everyone looks at me. I am thankful for. Now we're going to have to decide what this is. But firstly, I need to vacate my nasal passages. Alright. New friends, new opportunities, or food? We'll go with new opportunities this time. The chance to see a different part of the world and learn about all of your customs. A few more harmless statements, and then at the end of the table is Damien. I am thankful for innocence and beauty. Wasn't that lovely, everyone? Now eat up and enjoy. Later today we'll have some traditional games available in the gym. Nothing too strenuous, we all need to digest. And tonight we'll be running vans to the mall for midnight Black Friday specials. Seats are limited. Early Americans would make shopping at midnight a holiday tradition. I think I'll pass. But for now, there is a feast to enjoy. After overindulging at the feast, I am walking slowly through the hallway when I hear someone clear his throat behind me. Mr. Wynn? I would like to speak with you if you have a moment. This is a request. You are on free time. You may say no. So he wants to apologize to me, does he? Alright. I follow him into a room. So, yesterday I spoke harshly. It was not my intent to drive you away. Of course not, that would be doing your duty, which you will do, but you don't have to like it, right? Yes and no. You are not a burden, at least no more than any other student. Every student is a risk, a chance to prevent disasters if only we are careful enough, clever enough, teach them enough. And we fail. I failed. He takes a slow breath. Tell me, what do you know of my history? The public version. Do not mince words. He wants me to just say it? The rumours say that you murdered a wild seed in England when you were a student. But I know that's not what happened. It was an accident. That makes no difference. I was a young man finding his freedom for the first time at school, away from my family estate. Like me, I did not trust my elders. There were too many lies, too many dismissals. When I was inconvenient, I was pushed aside. Because I was alienated, because I thought I knew better, I chose not to believe anything. Ooh, sudden sneeze. I hope I'm not becoming ill. It might sound like it. Because I was alienated, because I thought I knew better, I chose not to believe anything I had not seen for myself. And therefore, I defied every warning and brought a wild seed girl with me into the other world. And she died. I killed her, as surely as it had been my own hand on her throat. She knew that I had travelled the high road safely. She saw no reason why the same should not be true for her. After all, I would be there to protect her. But she was not an adult, and not a member of the Graminer family. The old bargains did not defend her, and her soul was devoured. Hieronymus returned to England badly wounded, with only his lover's empty body in his arms. It was a terrible scandal, not least because of the risk of someone investigating how he had survived. The noble families joined forces to cover up the incident and explain the girl's disappearance. Hieronymus was ordered to keep silent. In anger, he left England, never to return. His exit fueled rumours that he had killed the girl in some kind of romantic quarrel, which muddied the truth even further. It has been a long time since I have spoken of this. I do not like to remember. My duty to you stirs up old memories. That is not your fault, it is mine. It has always been mine. It is easier when no one knows. When you are here, I cannot forget. I don't think he's ever forgotten. Not for a single day, if he doesn't speak her name. You know my story. I am the only person here who knows yours. Your company makes me uncomfortable, but I would rather you came to me if you need support. You don't need to do that. There's nothing wrong. Everything in my life is just being a teenager. The love and loss that we feel when we are young may be the deepest and forever mark our fates. Forgive me, I must sound like a melancholy old man. He's not even that old. Adult, yes, but not what I would call middle-aged. I feel foolish for snapping at him yesterday. But I don't know what to say to him now. He's not my father, but he's my teacher, and we're not exactly friends. You don't need to hear all this. Speak to me if you have need. Don't do anything stupid. Right. Happy Thanksgiving. I can't help but laugh a little. Alright. I am going to end this here on account of, my nose. So I apologize for the inconvenience, for the disruption to your broadcasts here, I guess. I don't know how to say that any more formally, I guess. But yeah, we are in the middle of Thanksgiving holiday, but it shouldn't be too long before we're back on track. So look forward to it in the next episode, and hopefully I sound a lot better next episode. I did not expect this when I started recording. If I did, then I probably wouldn't have recorded. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Take care.